Well, we have a question here that says the table below shows the distance traveled in kilometers by a sales representative for 21 working days in a certain month. Okay, the data are given here in this table. Okay, now question 1.1 here says calculate the mean distance traveled by the sales representative. Well, let's say question 1 is question 1.1 is there. That says calculate the mean distance traveled by the sales representative. All right, I'm gonna write here question 1.1. The mean is given by X bar. Okay, this is what we need to find. And then the mean is given by X bar equal to the sum of all the Xi all over N. So I is the indices of the data here. So I starting from 1, in this case, we're going to do the sum of all the data. So Si, I starting from 1 to 21, because there are 21 of them, all over 21. Okay, so this is equivalent to say 131 plus 132 plus ... plus 187 plus 189. Okay, all over 20. And then doing this sum, we're going to get 157.62. That's X bar. The mean is the same thing as the average. So we do the sum of all the data, we divide by how many there are. Okay. Now the following question is question 1.2 over here that says write down the 5-number summary or for this set of data. Okay. First of all, what are the 5-number summary? Okay. So I'm gonna write here 1.2. The 5-number summaries are the minimum. I'm gonna write here min. Okay, the maximum, I prefer to do it in ascending order. Before I say the maximum, I'm going to say the first quartile, and then the second quartile, which is the same thing as the median, and then the third quartile, and finally the maximum. Okay. So now from the question, you can see the minimum is the smallest number here. So luckily in this raw data, it was already sorted in ascending order for us. Okay, in case they're not in ascending order, we are obliged to put in ascending order for us to determine the minimum, the maximum, the first, second, third quartile. Okay, so now in this question here, I'm going to say the minimum will be equal to 131. That's the minimum. Now, for the first quartile, okay, before we do the first and second and third quartile, let's first define the maximum here. The maximum will be obviously the last one in the data set, so 180. That makes that's 189. 189 maximum. Done. Now we also need to determine the median, which is Q2, okay, the second quartile. So this is how we determine the minimum. But I'm gonna move like this over here. Just line here. Okay, the median, which is second quartile, will be like given by non-already formula. The median, which is not the mean, okay, they're different. The mean is the average, but the median is the middle value. We can count, okay, in this list here. In this list here, we can count and see what the middle value. I can see that the middle value will be the 11th value, but that's by intuition, okay? By intuition, we can also solve it and see that, okay, the middle value will be the 11th value. But this is the formula to calculate median. In case we have a lot of data, we can just do the median, which is Q2. This is equal to R half times N plus 1. This is the case where we have odd number in the data set, like 21 is an odd number. So we're going to use half times n plus 1. So in this situation, this will be equal to a half times 21 plus 2. And this is equal to 11. But now be careful here. This number that you get here from the formula is not the median itself, but it is the position, the position, the place, okay? The position of the median. So the median is number 11 in this row, in this sorted data set. So this means 11th position. Now we're going to look at the data set here. Sorry about that. We're going to look about the data set here and then see what is the 11th value. So we count over here. I already know that the first row here has 7 data. In the first row now, in this third row, that's going to be 8, 9, and then 10. So the 10th here is 10th and then 11. So the 11th value, which is the middle value, is 151, as you can see. So I can say, therefore, the median, which is the same thing as the second quartile, is 151. I mean, it's 151. So this is the median. Now let's find the first quartile. The first quartile, Q1, again, by inspection, or by intuition, we can also see that and identify what should be the first quartile. Okay. Okay, this was the median. Now I can say that the first quartile must be the median of the first half. Okay, so let's look here. I will say it must be in the first row here and up until here in this part. So let me color this. This might be this part is in this half here. Okay, it can be there. Now I'm gonna look at the middle value. So because it's 10 on the left hand side of the median, so it must be between the 5th and the 6th. So okay, if I use the formula must be 1/4 n plus 1, okay, which is equal to a quarter times 21 plus 1, which will make 5.2, right? 5.5, excuse me, 5.5. So which is in between the 5th and the 6th position. So I'm gonna look here, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 6. So it's in between these two, between 141 and 144. So what we do in this situation, we're going to find the average of the first of these two numbers. So we're gonna do 141 plus 144. Actually, it's over here. 141 plus 144 over 2, which is 142.5. Okay, so the fifth value will be 140. You can see here. So therefore, it must be 141 plus 144 over 2, and this is 142.5. Then I can say Q1 is 142.5. So you find Q1. Now we need also to find the Q3. Q3 will be given by Q3 will be given by the third quarter will be 3/4 open bracket n plus 1. So this will be Q3 will be equal to 3/4, and then that will be 21 plus 1. And then if you work it out, you get Q3 will be equal to 16.5. So 16.5 position here lies in between the 16th and the 17th data value. So in data set here, so now look at, I already know that the first row it makes 7. The second row will be 7, also 14. So 15, 16, 17. So it is in between these two. So we're going to find the average of 172 and 174. I can see that that's 173. It's 173. So right here, Q3 is now equal to 173. Okay, maybe I need to show. We did actually 172 plus 174 over 2, and that's Q3 will be 173. So then we can say we find the 5 number summaries. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you.